just been talking to your cast. This room seems actually incredibly calm because having spoken to your cast today, they're in quite high spirits.
That's good. Yes. That's good.
Spirits will do that.
Were they like that on set?
They were. It was really fun. You know, I'm sure Dave told you that it was like a reunion for them, but it was. These are, you know, a bunch of actors who you know, made a name for themselves all around the same time. They have this shared, unique experience, and it was just a lot of fun for them. When they all got back in the room together, they were laughing from the very beginning, and it continued through the entire shoot. Not a whole lot, not any infighting.
You would think that there would be some disaster, you know, like that something would come to blows. Somebody would have died at some point. We made it through.
They were flicking each other's testicles. That was the thing that they were doing a lot. But for some reason, they enjoyed that.
When you say they,
when I say
specifically,
Jason,
the main guys.
Yeah,
Jason is the instigator. Yeah. Jason's the one who does something, and then they all want to kind of copy, and you know, he's the trendsetter when it comes to like ball hitting.
Yeah, it's all the core 5 guys. Sean less than the other guys. The irony of the whole thing is that Sean is the most polite, well-behaved guy of everybody, but no, Eugene wasn't flicking anyone's testicles.
No.
I'm slightly disappointed that Eugene wasn't, to be honest. But
yes.
You guys obviously your careers started in earnest with Harold and Kumar.
Yes.
And that, I always felt was sort of, not a reaction to, but it certainly was in the same vein as American Pie.
Sure.
And sort of regarded. So does it feel like the culmination of something to end up taking on the last Pie film?
Well, I think, you know, for us, it was surreal because, you know, we would be on the set of Harold and Kumar talking to John Cho about the MILF guys and how weird it was that he had this minor part in American Pie where he was credited as MILF guy number 2, you know, and we would always talk about the other actor, Justin Isfeld, who played him, and how it was just weird that, like, you know, they would have this, like, one brief moment on screen where they say MILF, you know, that's their thing. And then you're shooting a movie years later, and we're like, our thing was, you're still MILF guy number 2. Like, we love the idea of keeping his name that and giving them a weird storyline, and so there's a weird sort of, you know, it's like come full circle like feel.
There's a lot to it, you know. I mean, like the thing is, Hayden and I, when we were in college, we started writing together a year before American Pie came out. And what we were trying to write was something that literally was exactly like American Pie. So when we saw that first movie, we fell in love with it. And, you know, we sold our first screenplay kind of on the heels of that. We sold a few more things. And then we decided to create a franchise for MILF Guy number 2. So to be able to do this movie, it was completely surreal.
It's interesting that you actually, I mean, obviously John's a friend of yours, presumably.
Sure, absolutely.
Hence his involvement. But, I mean, getting everybody back, it was, in some respects, it was nice to see people I hadn't seen. It was very odd seeing sort of almost people that have disappeared, people that have left the profession quite often. And that must have been a task and a half.
You know, it was the big thing for us was just sort of giving everybody something to do in the movie, some moment to shine or a fun storyline. And, you know, for us, you know, a reunion is not just about seeing your core group of friends. It's about seeing the weird guy who's obsessed with Terminator, you know, in your high school, or you know, the MILF guys, or somebody like you know, the Jessica character played by Natasha Lyonne, who hadn't done a whole lot of acting recently, but you know, we loved all of the characters in the movie, and it was our goal from the beginning to bring everyone back.
There's something actually towards the end of the film where Nadia comes in with the chap who looks a bit like Jim. Now, to my mind, you'd set up something with the Adam Sandler references repeatedly throughout the film, and I wondered whether that was an attempted cameo that never happened.
No. You know, but it's interesting because you look at it in retrospect. Maybe we should have gone after that. No, we always liked the idea that she came with somebody like she couldn't get over Jim. But the Sandler thing was something that really came about after we started shooting, and everybody. You know, I never thought Jason Biggs looked like Adam Sandler, or at least I never thought about it that. But then when you hang out with him, you see that like that there's an incredible like facial resemblance, like at times. You like when you look at him from one angle, no, but then from another angle, it's like the same person.
It was. I remember it started. The thing with the Sandler runner started on set. It was. We were shooting the scene with AJ and his two friends by the beach, and it was like, okay, well, what else do we have for them? Let's throw some more material. We threw out the, the one who looks like Adam Sandler. And then later on, we're like, hey, let's call that back. And it was really just something that wasn't in the original script and just sort of came together.
Just a more colorful kind of line than, hey, old man or something like that.
Okay, well, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yes.
It's been an absolute pleasure.